Welcome to the NoDQ Round Table. In this series, members of the NoDQ panel will give their answers to a wrestling question submitted by one of their colleagues. Let us now take a look at what today's question is.
Hey everybody, son! Ghost Crew here! My question is, what woman in WWE history do you consider to have the greatest mic skills when it comes to cutting promos?
That is a great question, son.
It's a really good question. I really can't pinpoint one that I feel is the best, nor can I really say what segments that really stood out to me.
This is a very tough one because, in all honesty, I think a good majority of the women in WWE history were horrible on the microphone.
Unfortunately, when women had the microphone throughout the history of WWE, they were given crap to recite. And it was just horrendous things.
For me, it's not even close. It's Alexa Bliss. Hands down. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a reason why they gave her her own talk show. You're not giving somebody a talk show if they're not good on the mic. Period. End of discussion with that.
Alexa, no.
I hate to say it, but I feel like Charlotte is one of the greats on the mic. You know, she gets to the point. She gets a reaction every time she talks on the mic, whether it's boos or cheers. I should say woos and cheer, or woos and boos, you know. But in my opinion, I'd have to say Charlotte Flair is one of the greatest women talkers in recent WWE history.
Charlotte Flair, no.
Becky Lynch with the man persona, that really made herself stand out as a character. Definitely broke out from her steampunk thing she was doing, or the last kicker, if you will. I still liked her as that, but I think, having her be the man, Becky Lynch, just really made her stood out. She definitely felt like a strong, empowered woman. Definitely helped create an awesome build to WrestleMania 35 against Charlotte and Ronda Rousey. She definitely was a breakout character, and when she was supposed to be the heel, she won the fans over versus Charlotte Flair.
Becky, no.
If I would have to say someone who was pretty good on the mic, I'm going to go with Trish.
Probably have to go Trish Stratus. She's, one of the first to really be able to do that, in my opinion, on a bigger scale. So I have to go Trish Stratus.
She got better as the time went on, and whether it be a face or a heel, she was pretty one of the best. And I will pick her, Trish Stratus, as my answer.
You'd be hard to argue against the likes of Trish Stratus, who dished against any man or woman that would go up against her. But when I think about overall the strongest cutting promo in WWE history, the most compelling, the most influential, the most invested and engaging, gotta go with AJ Lee, because she did it her way, not a diva's way. AJ Lee will always be a standout for me when it comes to cutting promos, because regardless, no one could touch her and her Chuck Taylors. But that's just me. Plus, I'm newer generation. What are you gonna do?
I think my top choice would probably be Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley has been able to connect with the audience, and I think that she has been able to develop her character in numerous ways, not just her overall look, but on the mic. She has been able to build up heat for matches and use catchphrases to get the crowds invested in her character. She is just the all-around great performer in WWE. She is one of the few that can go toe-to-toe with the men, not just in the ring, but on the mic as well. I think that she has that intensity in her promo work that makes her stand out from the others, and just her overall confidence adds to the presentation, adds to the character. When she's talking, she means business, and there are few that can measure up to her. And I think she's as good as any woman in WWE history, and better than a lot of the men, for that matter.
I'm going to go with Sable. And I know that may be a hot take, but I feel like at the time she was coming up, her promos were enough to really draw fans into the company, into the building. You hear people say it all the time that Sable was up there on the level of Austin and Rock as far as drawing ability. And while a lot of that is the TNA, the sex that she was selling, some of that has to go to her promo ability as well.
That concludes this edition of the NoDQ Round Table. What were your thoughts on the question? Leave a comment and subscribe to the NoDQ YouTube channel for the latest wrestling news and discussion.